As millions of holiday shoppers start loading the virtual carts, the trade backdrop is shifting, especially between the U.S. and Canada. With cross-border supply chains already strained, there is a real risk of higher costs hitting everything from electronics to apparel this year. Let's dig into what that means for the U.S. consumer and U.S. retailers with Vahe Baghdasaryan, the founder and CEO of the marketing service firm Tangent. Vahe, great to be with you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Dan. Yeah, happy to be here.
So, with all these moves going on between Washington and Ottawa, do you think shoppers are showing any kind of early signs of pulling back this year? Or are we just all trying to adapt to these higher prices and shipping delays?
I think we'll see kind of more things happening when we move towards to the holiday season. But it's important to understand, like, when the prices rose, like, people just don't start not buying. What happens is, like, they start to reprioritize their budget, what they're going to buy. They'll start look for like cheaper alternatives, like subsidies, try to find like a coupons, all of these sort of promotion offers to kind of make sure everything they buy match their budgets. So I think there is going to be a lot of reprioritization, and a lot of consumers going to buy more more like essential goods compared to kind of luxury goods or like a more expensive stuff. Definitely, as we move towards to the holiday season, we'll see a lot of changes to the consumer behavior starting to happen.
One of the great things about this holiday season is we have Black Friday, we have all those Christmas sales. So, do you think the tariffs are going to be threatening those sales like we're used to them? Is it going to hit just how steep they can drop these prices this year?
I think it's definitely going to have some sort of impact on like Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales. I think one of the ways that consumers can avoid like getting hit by like rising prices, trying to find like products that are like more built in domestically, so they're not affected by like a tariffs. But definitely, like I think when you're going to any of these like e-commerce websites to buy the electronics, for example, or some other goods that are like have to do with a shipment from internationally, etc., they might be impacted with and have like a higher prices. So they might feel, if they compare it to the last year or the previous year, they might feel an impact on the prices and that.
Okay. What about the retailers? What are they doing on their part? I'm sure this comes as no surprise that there are tariffs. The president's been talking about it for months. So have they been doing anything behind the scenes, supply chain wise, to try to minimize tariff exposure?
Yeah, they could. There are a lot of things that the retailers can do, and I believe some of them do. Is like trying, if you're building like a product that have to do with a international shipment, probably moving their like a production to countries who are less affected by tariffs, or try to kind of find subsidies in domestically instead of like bringing them from abroad on like a manufacturing or building them here. So I'm pretty sure like a lot of this doesn't come as a surprise to them, because there've been like. Everybody's talking about this like or at least for several months now. So I think most of the retailers are well prepared to try to kind of minimize the impact on consumer, and also make sure they're going to this holiday season, like the shopping season, like kind of very well prepared.
Well, Vahe, my last question to you: what's your take on the current state of the consumer, and is the optimism enough to keep the holiday sales strong?
Definitely, I feel like optimism alone it's not enough. What they should do is try to do like a good reprioritization of your budget that you want to spend on holiday gifts or during Black Friday, etc. My advice would be try to kind of probably buy goods that you need right now, and try to kind of delay like a big purchases. Like if you're going to buy an electronics or something like this, probably wait until see how the prices will change, and also kind of try to find some alternatives, try to find products that are like alternatives to what you want to buy but are built in domestically, kind of to try to find them like cheaply.
Vahe Baghdasaryan with some advice and news you can use this morning. Thank you so much. Maybe join us again in December, a little closer to Christmas.